Good morning, everybody. Well, happy Wednesday. So, the perfect day for the perfect life. What does that even look like? What does that even mean? You know, most people might get like a perfect moment in a day. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I've been working on this for 40 years. Yeah, I'm almost 64. And I've been working on it for 40 years. And I'll tell you something. I've been working on it with my heart and soul. Now, I think you know that I'm kind of a passionate guy. And I'll tell you something that I learned a long time ago. Find your passion, and then guess what? Get excited about it. Don't have anxiety, get excited about it. So, the perfect day for the perfect life, what does that look like? Well, for one thing, I think that for 99% of the population, that's going to be gone forever. I don't want to get into that today, but I will tomorrow get into it. And the reason is it's called the One World Order. And it's called this. You have an open air prison right now, and you've bought into it. You know, I'm going to make this really short because I want to get to something else. But guess what? My hairdresser, the guy who does my hair, all right, he says, well, Daryl, when you come in, guess what? I'll meet you at the door. You're going to have to put a mask on, come in, and then I'll wear a mask too. And I said, guess what? You're no longer my hairdresser. And he goes, what? Whoa, wait a minute. I go, nope, you're not. And he goes, well, I'm not putting on a mask because guess what? He goes, you do know that it's not real. And he goes, yeah, I've been watching your stuff, Daryl, and I got it, but I have to work here. And I said, yeah, but I'm still not going to do it. And he said, well, I'm going to come to your house then. And I'll come to your house until the masks go away. And I said, that's great. And I'll pay you extra to come to my house because I have to stand up for my rights. I have to stand up for my dignity. So anyway, so we went to another restaurant and everybody was wearing masks there. So I'm not going to go to the restaurant. I'm not going to go where they're wearing masks because it's all beyond ridiculous. And the majority of the population is ridiculous. This thing is not even true. And everybody's going for it. Now understand something. It's okay. You can fall for it. Okay. I'm not going to fall for it because there's more at stake than just masks here. What's at stake is, guess what? They're going to herd us all into the cities. They're going to control our every moment. They're going to track and they're going to trace us. Okay? You don't understand this, but corporations don't have a beating heart. They don't have blood. Okay? And the government doesn't have that either. And if you think that you staying in the house in lockdown and you were healthy and you locked your children up, well, shame on you. Okay? All you did was torture your children and you tortured yourself because you decided to live in a tortured society. So here's the deal that I'm going to say. Today's one a day is this. The perfect day for the perfect life. Now, what does that mean, the perfect day for the perfect life? Well, you can't have that unless you know how to master your mind. If you haven't mastered your mind, and I'm telling you something, I don't meet anybody hardly that ever has mastered their mind. I mean, take a look. First of all, everybody's almost overweight. 92% of the population have autoimmune disease. Okay? And you know what I really love? Is when I get on here and do a post, and I'm actually talking from a brave heart, peaceful warrior stance. Do you know what people do? Dr. Wolfe, are you angry? Oh, look, he's angry. Well, let me tell you something. If you're not angry about not having the perfect day for the perfect life, then I got to tell you something. The fluoride has actually calcified your pineal gland and you're not even here. Because I'll tell you right now, if we're not going to get angry about not having the perfect day every day, but the reality is you've never ever taken control. And I'm telling you that people believe they have some control. But I've been on the phone, and you can believe it or not, I've been on the phone since 5:30 this morning. I've talked to a lot of people. Most of them, their voices are quivering. So they're sick, but now they're even getting sicker. So you know what? I'm going to tell you this right now. And I'm going to tell every practitioner out there, I challenge you to do what we're doing. Because I want to stay in natural health. I don't want to become some kind of political activist. I want to be an activist for your health, for you having the perfect day every day. So I'm going to tell you, I am challenging every practitioner out there to stop making treatments your main thing and start making training the main thing. And if you don't know, and you practitioners out there, if you don't know how to love yourself and care for yourself, and if you don't know how to teach people about loving themselves and caring for themselves, then you shouldn't be a practitioner. And here's the other thing. Do what I'm doing. I'm charging $125 and giving people $25 to buy product to get started. And with that $100, I'm giving them free access to me and my master consultants for the rest of their life. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you think you're going to go to a practitioner and get a big bag of supplements and have a 1-hour consultation and you're going to go on your merry way, well, Mary, Mary had a little lamb. It's just a fairy tale. So the reality is, if you're not going to put your heart and your soul and your mind into learning how to create the perfect day from the minute you wake up in the morning until you go to bed, you're screwed. You're screwed. And you know what? You think you know what health is? I know what health is, okay? This is my 3rd day on a water fast, okay? And I work from usually 5 in the morning until last night was 7 o'clock. And I'm not making this up, guys. How can I do it? Because I'm the master of my mind. And once you're the master of your mind, you make correct thoughts. How often throughout the day does somebody in your family say something? Your child has a tummy ache. Your husband says, I'm having a bad day. He says, we'll never be able to pay the mortgage. And you keep on reacting and having little anxiety attacks continually. Let me tell you something. This has all been programmed. TV, radio, newspaper, you've all been lined up for the slaughter. The one world order is going to take over, and then I don't even want to hear you say, oh my God, you're a conspiracist, Daryl. Well, because guess what? Right now they got you wearing masks. We already know that masks don't help. And you know what I just saw? I saw Fauci, our beloved Fauci, just say that masks do not work and people need to stop wearing them. And he's the guy that told everybody to wear them, but now he's got to come out and say this so he doesn't get caught with his pants down. Now, if you think that Fauci and Trump or Bill Gates is out for your better good, they're not. Now, maybe Trump, but the thing is why is Trump calling in the military to vaccinate everyone? And we know that vaccinations are never tested on people. They're not proven. And we know that all the studies have shown that this is a falsehood. But you know what? You're still scared, aren't you? You're still scared. Look, you need to find a coach. You need to find a guide. And I'm saying that's me or my team. But the reality is you need a coach and a guide because your family's not working for you. Okay? Your family is scared. They've got anxiety. They're having panic attacks. Look, the only thing this was about is about to take the money away, create more poverty economically, push people into the cities, and then track and trace everyone. My God, there's only a handful of people that are complaining about 5G, and it's a weapon of war, and it's going to be on every corner. And they're going to put up, 22,000 satellites up there, and nobody's even saying anything. And then I get people coming on here and going, Dr. Wolfe, we'll pray for you. Well, you know what? Don't pray for me. Use the energy to what? Become the master of your mind, the master of your body, and stop praying. Start taking action, okay? Let me tell you something. I don't pray. I talk to my Creator and I thank Him for the courage that I have. I don't pray for things. Everything that I want, I thank my Creator for giving it to me. I don't beg, I don't borrow, and I don't steal. And you know what? The other day I came on and I was talking and I was saying that we would do consultations for $125. And somebody comes on my Facebook and goes, oh, I knew there was going to be a pitch. Well, let me tell you something. If $125 is a pitch for lifetime support, when I know that I'm one of the best in the business, then guess what? You need to pull your head out of somewhere. And everybody, I'm telling you right now, you came down here and that which created you said, it's your choice. You decide. It's your game. because this is just a game in the universe. And if you don't understand the rules, which most people don't, I can tell. I will not ever stop loving everybody. So understand that. But the reality is, I have given up hope for the most of humankind, because guess what? They haven't found their bravery. They have programmed you to be so scared you don't even have a voice. And I've decided, because I meditate and I think really about all this, and I go, okay, so if the world's not going to speak up, if they're not going to show up, if they're not going to grow up, even wake up, are you going to be okay with that, Daryl? And yes, I will, because I said I would come down here, and I said I would serve, and I said I would love. And I'm going to do it. Is it the world I want? No. But guess what? Suck it up, Daryl. There's no time for a tantrum. Only time for braveheart, peaceful warriors, and to have compassion for everyone, and to keep having faith that maybe a tipping point will come and we will say no more. I'll tell you, that which we call God has always loved you, has never deserted you. You deserted yourself. I'm telling you, you've deserted yourself. Because I was on the phone with just a lady, the last one, and you know what? She was shaking in her voice a little bit, and she goes, and I told her, I said, listen, you're in trouble right now. You don't just need the SAC calcium. You need to learn how to create the perfect day for you. I said, you're going to have a neurological disease. Let me tell you something. Between the cancer, the heart disease, the strokes, and neurological disease is going to be the biggest one in the next 2 to 3 years, because you blew out your nervous system, because you dumped too much adrenaline and cortisol. You know, when you go to a practitioner and they tell you, oh, you know what, we got to put you on desiccated adrenal, or we got to put you on an adrenal supplement. No, they don't. You need to be taught how to become the master of your mind and that braveheart, peaceful warrior. And you need to not shut up anymore. You need to speak your mind and hold the line with your family, your friends, and the whole bloody world. Okay? And if you don't, I love you anyway. God bless.